if I have the same calories on one day, but I eat junk, why do I feel worse than on days when I eat the same calories but eat super healthy? So obviously, I've always said performance and overall recoverability and overall, gaining. I said those things as well, but more than those things, actually, I've said that weight loss, losing fat, or gaining muscle is a case of calories in versus calories out. We want to, as best we can, quantify our nutrition so that we can give ourselves targets so that we can continually improve our nutrition, or stay on track with our nutrition. And that's going to be the case. So, like, that's still a thing. Now, when you're some now, so this person that feels worse, if they stayed on the same calories, for 3 months and one, or versus someone else that stayed on the same calories but ate mostly junk, I would wager that those two people would probably have a very similar amount, or similar trend in the direction of their weight. Now, probably also the direction of their performance, but there's something that comes in here, and there is definitely going to be some qualitative stuff that we have to interpret here. So when we're looking at food quality, we can also quantify this as well, right? The amount of nutrients, the amount of fruit and vegetables that you get in, the amount of whole foods that you're eating, compared to, we know what junk is by now. We can quantify it, but the main difference here, to answer this question, why you would feel worse when you're eating more junk food, even though you're eating the same amount of calories, is going to be a case of hormones. So when you're eating junk food, for the most part, like 99% of the time, it's going to be a lot more calorie dense, aka you're going to take less bites for more calories. Eating and chewing your food and digesting your food is a whole process that sparks off a cascade of hormonal releases that are going to contribute to your overall well-being, right? So if you eat a burger that's 1,000 calories versus some rice, some eggs, and some vegetables that are 1,000 calories, that burger's eaten a lot quicker. And because you eat it that much quicker, you're going to deny yourself the hormonal releases that happen, that, number one, help you feel satiated, right? So if you feel full, which obviously makes you feel better, which makes you feel more energized, which regulates everything else like that, which, I mean, not just makes you feel full, but also the opposite, stops you from feeling hungry, right? Your hunger hormone is also not released, right? Whereas if you take less bites over a longer period of time, you're going to get that hunger inducing hormone released more often. I'm purposefully not going into the names of these hormones because I might get them wrong, and it's just not necessary. I want to keep it like kind of easy for you to interpret. So there's just going to be a cascade of hormonal releases that are done when you're spending quality time eating food. This can also be said for if you're someone that continually eats on the go. So if you're eating in your car and or if you're constantly eating, at your desk and you're eating whilst working, that can also contribute to this, right? It can contribute to your hormonal releases, your leptin, your ghrelin, how full you're going to feel, how satiated you're going to feel, how satisfied you're going to feel with your meals, and therefore how good your overall body is going to feel, and therefore how happy you are, how much energy you feel. Because energy, what is energy? Outside of the calories, it's how you feel. It's if you this is a perfect example. This coffee gives me energy, but it doesn't give me any calories. It's the caffeine that gives me a boost of another hormonal release that makes me feel good, that makes me feel better, and I interpret that as more energy. It's not actually more energy, it's just me feeling better. That's the main way like why we want to eat a lot more fruits and vegetables. You can also add into that the hormonal releases and again the whole body processes that happen when you eat more micronutrients, when you eat more vitamins and minerals. And again, like it's just going to make you like those things are going to make you feel better because they're going to support the hormones that are released that make you feel good and that make you feel recovered and make you feel relaxed and make you, sleep better. And if you sleep better, again, that's going to contribute to your overall energy. So it's all of those things going on. Now, it could also be said that potentially, I found this sometimes that natural foods are less of a strain on your digestive system, even though it probably can take longer for some like vegetables, particularly like real, like thick, like high fiber vegetables. It can be more of a process to digest those foods. It's still more of a natural process. The body knows exactly what it's doing, compared to, like I say, a fucking cheeseburger or something, where the body is just like, this is manufactured stuff. I'm not sure what's going on here, and that genuinely makes you feel like kind of rough after eating it. That can be the case, although that's a little bit bro sciencey, because I've also seen it where, like, if you look at whey protein, like that's completely manufactured, right? But we could digest it really easily. And if you eat like raw beans, right, that's natural, but it's a fucking disaster to try and digest that shit. So it can go both ways. In general, my advice is always going to be like 80-20 principle via the volume of food, not necessarily the calories. You want to make sure that 80% of your food is going to be whole food based, high vegetables, high fruits, lots of nutrients, getting in all that good stuff. And then, yeah, like you can be flexible to eat some quote unquote junk food around that, and more often than not, you're going to be fine. As long as you're taking care of those bigger picture stuff. So we're getting in those calories, we're getting in that protein, getting in those carbohydrates to recover and train our best.